So yesterday we finished with the topic that is resources and development, and today we'll start with the next topic that is forest and wildlife resources. Here again, I would like to mention here that this chapter is not going to be tested in your final exam. Only the maps from this chapter would be tested in your final. But in PT1, this chapter is 101% coming, maps as well as theoretical portion. So we can't ignore this chapter. This chapter otherwise was also important from today's scenario point of view, importance of forest, importance of wildlife, which right now we can say is talk of the world. We can't say talk of the town, right? But world. So I'm going to start with the topic. Who is going to give me feedback regarding video and audio? Anshika, are you here? Yeah, Anshika.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bache. So just going to play it.
Millions of species of plants and
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Thank you.
ranging from gigantic blue whales to microscopic bacteria. Plants, trees, animals, and microorganisms maintain the quality of our planet's air, water, and soil, which is essential for the survival of humans. Forests also play an important part as the primary producer.
So those who haven't never got the chance to visit forest, so here you can see the forested area, huge trees, tall trees, dense forests. You can see.
On which all the species of animals depend directly or indirectly. The variety of living things found in a region, country, or the entire earth is called its biological diversity or biodiversity.
So biodiversity,
Here is
clear
a
from the
picture
name,
showing the
biological, life, diversity, differences, variations.
biodiversity of a coral reef. We do not live in isolation from plants and animals around us. Various species that form the biodiversity of a region are interdependent on each other. All the species of plants and trees found in a region are collectively called the flora of the region.
Flora means
The
plants.
species of animals found in a region are collectively called the fauna of the region.
So fauna means animals.
India has a rich biodiversity
We are rich in this
and
biodiversity.
is home to around 1.6 million, or nearly 8% of all the species of flora and fauna found in the world. India is home to around 47,000 species of flora. These range from tiny ferns to lofty trees. Around 15,000 species of flowering plants are indigenous to India. India
Indigenous
is
means Indian.
also home to over 81,000 species of fauna. These include birds, insects, and land and water animals. Overexploitation and insensitivity towards our environment has led to large-scale degradation.
So look at this, the skin of animal. Look at right hand side, deforestation. This we are actually playing with the nature, and we can't close our eyes. Close our eyes means we can't ignore it. If something very bad will do with the nature, nature automatically would take revenge. Skin of the tiger you can see. So tiger की skin अपने आप तो नहीं मिलेगी, tiger आपको देगा तो नहीं. You have to kill the tiger. Deforestation, we have to cut down the trees. Undoubtedly, forests are required. I mean, wood is required to make furniture and all that, but not unplanned. Those trees which are huge in number, about to die, about to end, we should cut down those, not all the trees.
Degradation of biodiversity in India. According to official records, 79 species of mammals are threatened in India. The state of birds, reptiles, and amphibians is no better. Several species of fauna, for example, the cheetah, the pink-headed duck, the mountain quail, and the forest spotted owlet, are facing total extinction.
So extinction. तो ये तो nothing new for us. मैं हमेशा ये बात बोलती हूँ, last time also, this time again, I always say this thing, because of our activities, बहुत सारे जो birds हैं, because when I was a kid like you, I watched those birds. मैं जो sparrows थी बहुत common थी. तो definitely somewhere it is deep in our heart. जो हमारी generation है, when we were at your age, तो ये sparrows घरों में आम होती थी. आराम से इनकी आवाजें सुनती थी. एंड विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम हमने देखा ये 20 सालों में ही वो सारी की सारी जो स्पैरोज है गॉट डिसअपीयर्ड. एंड दिस इज रियली डिस्टर्बिंग एंड रियली अलार्मिंग, रियली डिस्टर्बिंग कि वो जो चिड़िया थी वो कहाँ चली गई. इट मींस दोस स्पीशीज ऑफ स्पैरोज डेफिनेटली हैव बिकम एंडेंजर्ड, खत्म हो रही है बिकॉज ऑफ आवर एक्टिविटीज. So really alarming. Same जब आप अपनी एज में हो, जब आप हमारी एज में आओगे, you would also say the same thing. जब हम बच्चे तो ये चीजें थी, अभी नहीं है. If you won't save the environment, I always say you won't save the environment because बेटा आप लोगों ने environment को save करना है. You are growing. आपके decisions would be implemented. आप बड़े हो रहे हो. आपने जो अपनी कंट्री के लिए, जो अपने एनवायरनमेंट के लिए, जो अपनी रिसोर्सेज के लिए सोच सकते हो, हम वो चीज नहीं कर पाएंगे अभी, बिकॉज वी आर एट द पीक. वी विल कम डाउन, वी आर नॉट गोइंग. आपने अभी पीक चढ़ना है ऑफ योर एज. सो इट्स अ हाई टाइम फॉर यू टू स्टार्ट कंजर्विंग योर रिसोर्सेज, योर नेचर, योर मदरलैंड.
The state of the flora is as poor as the fauna, with nearly 1,500 species of plants like Madhuca insignis and Hubartia heptaneuron on the verge of extinction. The total forest cover in India is around 78.29 million hectare, or about 23.81% of the country's total geographical area. Officially, the area under dense forest cover has increased since 1997. But this is more due to increase in plantations than natural forests.
So what does it mean? Only and only 23%. Earlier it was 19, then reached to 21. So this is extremely less if you compare the total geographical area of India. So according to total geographical area of India, the forest cover should be 33. It is 21. Moving, undoubtedly increasing. But the rate of the increase is extremely slow. उतना है नहीं जितना होना चाहिए.
In order to preserve world biodiversity, the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, or IUCN.
So question can be 1 mark, MCQ may abbreviation can be asked. What is the full form of IUCN? International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. They have classified flora and fauna into few categories.
Has devised a method of placing different species of flora and fauna into 6 categories. As per IUCN guidelines, species of flora and fauna can be classified as normal, extinct, endangered, vulnerable, rare, or endemic.
So normal species are the species whose number is normal. It's not coming down, it's not increasing. It's okay, normal hai. Extinct species are those species which have come to an end. Right now, they are not existing. Endangered species are those species which are at the risk of danger. They can come to an end. Vulnerable species are those species which are at risk. They can fall in the category of endangered. Rare species are the species which are rarely found. Endemic species are those species which are found in a particular area, isolation. So let's see.
Plants and animals whose population is sufficient for the survival of their species are called normal species. These include cattle, rodents, and trees like pine and sal. A species that cannot be found after prolonged search in its area of habitation is called an extinct species. Note that a species may be extinct from an area, a country, or the entire earth.
Look at Asiatic cheetah with full latitude. You can see they have become this extinct. Khatam ho gayi hai species. Either on the earth, from the earth, or in one particular country or in one particular continent. Look at this pink-headed duck. Has become extinct. खत्म हो गई है. तो खत्म क्यों होती है कोई चीज नेचर की? ऑटोमेटिकली वी आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट. वी का मतलब ये नहीं मैं कह रही हूँ कि भूमिका एंड राघव सुधाना एंड अरोड़ा एंड समीक्षा दे ऑल आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल, बट डेफिनेटली बिकॉज ऑफ आर एक्टिविटी, ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज, वी आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. हम कहते हैं हमने कोई पाप नहीं किए, हमने पाप किए हैं directly and indirectly. If these species are not right now existing because of human activities, directly and indirectly. Yesterday, though it is not, means I should not discuss, but yeah, I read it somewhere yesterday. I saw one picture, वहाँ पे जो picture was of a fish, कि वो पानी से बाहर निकाली हुई है and they are fishes, I mean, about to die. एंड वहां पे लिखा हुआ था कि आप लोगों ने इनको पानी से निकाला और इसको ऑक्सीजन की डेफिशिएंसी दी, दैट्स व्हाई द फिश हैज डाइड. सेम राइट नाउ यू आर सफरिंग. एंड दैट रियली पिंच्ड मी, दैट रियली टच्ड मी. मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि those who are the, I'm not any kind of discussion doing here that is to have non-veg or to non to have non, that is not at all my point of discussion. My point of discussion is, yes, we harass the nature, we create a disturbance, we are.
Some such species are the Asiatic cheetah and the pink-headed duck. A species that is facing the danger of extinction, if the factors responsible for its decline are not checked, is called an endangered species.
Endangered, they can become extinct if we don't take care of these species. अब ये endangered है, they are in the list of danger, they are at the list कि वो खत्म हो सकती हैं if we won't take care. So that is black buck, Indian
For
rhinoceros,
example,
crocodile,
the black buck,
Indian wild ass,
Indian rhino,
lion-tailed macaque,
crocodile, Indian wild ass, lion-tailed macaque, and the Sangai deer, a species that is likely to become endangered due to decreasing population, unless conserved, is called vulnerable species.
less conserved. We are not taking care of these species. They are at the risk that they may fall in endangered. इनका number day by day कम हो रहा है. Vulnerable, risk to fall in the category of endangered.
Examples are the blue sheep, the Asiatic elephant, and the Gangetic dolphin. A species with a small population that is likely to become vulnerable or endangered without conservation efforts is called a rare species. Some rare species include the Asiatic wild buffalo, brown Himalayan bear, desert fox,
So have you ever seen these species? देखा इसमें से किसी को भी rare species? Okay.
and hornbill, a species found only in a particular region due to isolation by
Endemic, not found everywhere, found in a rare area. Isolation, अलग से रहना पसंद करती हैं वो.
natural or geographic barriers, is called an endemic species. For example, the Andaman teal and wild pig, the Nicobar pigeon, and a bovine called mithun, found in Arunachal Pradesh. Meet the Asiatic cheetah. This exotic cat, with distinguishing teardrop markings on its face, was once found throughout Asia.
So this Asiatic cheetah was found once throughout Asia, but right now extinct, nowhere, मिलता नहीं कहीं पे, खत्म हो गया.
It became extinct in India in 1952 and is nearly extinct in other parts of the Asian continent due to loss of habitat and prey. Here is the Himalayan yew, a
Himalayan yew, we have discussed it. A plant which is used to cure cancer right now has got the status endangered. This is a plant which is used to cure cancer, I repeat. But so much deforestation, so much exploitation of this forest, this particular species, that it has become endangered. So why not to grow it? अगर ये स्पीशी हमें पता है, हमें इतनी ज्यादा चाहिए, हम उसको खत्म करी जा रहे हैं, तो हम उसको साइड बाय साइड ग्रो क्यों नहीं कर रहे? That is important.
medicinal plant found in Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. The bark, needles, and roots of this plant yield a substance called Taxol, which is used to treat several types of cancer. Thousands of Himalayan yew trees have dried up in the last decade due to overexploitation. Today, the species is endangered. These accounts
This is really alarming. Species endangered. The species which is used to cure cancer, वो ही danger में है. Look, हम क्या करेंगे फिर? जो है, take care, conserve it.
bring us to the question: what are the factors responsible for the depletion of the flora and fauna in India? The main reason for the depletion of fauna is excessive hunting and poaching.
Look at this, excessive hunting, excessive poaching. You can see the skin of animal. You can see elephant tusks, जो उनके दांत हैं. Very expensive. ये बहुत महंगे बिकते हैं. Both these things. And there is a trade. This trade is actually illegal, but still it is done. In the forested area, जो hunters हैं, वो elephants को या animals को, tiger वगैरह को मार के उनके skin निकालते हैं या उनके दांत निकालते हैं. And बहुत ही expensive rates पे, करोड़ों में, लाखों में ये चीजें बिकती हैं. So इस चीज का trade हो रहा है. And that trade is also illegal. That's why these species are decreasing day by day.
For fun and commercially valuable animal body parts. Forests and wetlands are natural habitats of animals.
Forests and wetland, that is a home of the wild animals. Just imagine if we are cutting down the forest, where they would live. वो कहाँ रहेंगे? वो खत्म हो रहे हैं, forest काटी जा रहे हैं, कहाँ जाएंगे animal? उनको रहने के लिए जगह नहीं मिली, उनका फूड वेब कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहा, अल्टीमेटली दे वुड डाई. सो अगेन वी आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल.
The destruction of these habitats has also resulted in the depletion of our wildlife. Thus, we can link the depletion of our fauna with the depletion of flora.
So if flora is depleting, जंगल कम हो रहे हैं, fauna automatically would deplete. जब उनका घर नहीं होगा तो कहाँ रहेंगे, खाने को नहीं मिलेगा कहाँ रहेंगे, नेचर नहीं होगा कहाँ रहेंगे, तो वो भी खत्म हो रहे हैं.
Where the mind is without
Any doubt till this?
fear and the head is held high.
Any doubt till this, beta? So many students entered late in the class. Any specific reason for that? Varinda? Varinda, any specific reason for that, beta ji? You entered so much late in the class? Yes? Bolo?
Ma'am, I am in washroom.
Is that the excuse? Huh? So be please, अगर आपने क्लास लगानी है, प्लीज टाइम से रहो ताकि डिस्टरबेंस ना हो. अदरवाइज डिस्टरबेंस हो जाती है बच्चे, सारी क्लास में भी अटेंडेंस का चक्कर पड़ जाता है. सो प्लीज. भूमिका क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Are the main source of food, firewood, medicines, dyes, and fodder. Overexploitation of these resources has resulted in the depletion of flora. However, most communities that use these resources are sensitive towards forest resources and use them wisely.
Most of the communities, not all, they use these resources wisely because they know very well their life depends on it and they're in love with nature.
For instance, most of the firewood is collected through lopping and not by falling entire trees. Deforestation in the name of development is one of the main causes of the depletion of flora. This began early in colonial India when vast stretches of natural forests were destroyed for the expansion of railways. Agriculture, commercial farming, and mining.
Agriculture, commercial farming, mining led to deforestation.
The colonial practice
Colonial practices means when we were under Britishers, they had to have this railway tracks, so they cut down the forests.
continued even after independence. From 1951 to 1980, over 26,200 square kilometers of forests were destroyed and converted into cultivated land. Large infrastructure
You can see huge dam, and we know very well whenever we have to construct a huge dam, we have to cut down the
projects
forests.
have also resulted in massive deforestation. Over 5,000 square kilometers of forests have been cleared since 1951 for multi-purpose river projects. The Narmada Sagar project in Madhya Pradesh alone will submerge 40,000 hectares of natural forests.
So MP, Madhya Pradesh, forests, maximum forests are found here.
Mining is another activity that contributes to deforestation. The Buxa Tiger Reserve in West Bengal faces serious threat from ongoing dolomite mining that has caused habitat destruction and blocked the migration routes of several animals like the Indian elephant. Poor cultivation methods like slash and burn agriculture,
Shifting agriculture. Look
Or
at this.
jhuming,
Jhuming, also known as
practiced by
jhuming.
tribal people in northeastern and central India, have also led to deforestation.
That's what is banned by the government, though it is going on.
Overgrazing by cattle herds also leads to large-scale destruction of pastures and natural forests. Enrichment plantation is the practice of replacing different species of trees in an area by a single commercially valuable species.
एक ही जगह पे एक ही टाइप को
For
ट्री को ग्रो
example,
करना.
teak plantations have damaged natural forests in South India, while chir pine plantations in the Himalayas have greatly reduced natural oak and rhododendron forests.
So what does it mean? एक ही अगर हम स्पीशीज को ग्रो करी जाएंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो अदर स्पीशीज ऑफ दैट एरिया दे वुड बी द सफरर, दे वुड बिकम एंडेंजर्ड, दे वुड बिकम वल्नरेबल, या दे कैन बिकम एक्सटिंक्ट आल्सो. So it should not be like this. अगर प्लांटेशन ही करना है, प्लांटेशन है मींस वी हैव टू ग्रो प्लांट, दे शुड बी मिक्सिंग, मिक्स होने चाहिए. एक पर्टिकुलर प्लांट को हमने वी शुड नॉट ग्रो, तो सारा इकोलॉजिकल बैलेंस डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है.
Besides the causes we have discussed so far, factors like environmental pollution and forest fires lead to a depletion of both our flora and
Just look at the environmental pollution. ये तो scenes are very much common when we पंजाब की कोई भी आप river देख लो, canal देख लो, canal particularly this thing is very common. Environmental pollution, forest fire. No, हमारे बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है forest fire, लेकिन foreign country because हमारी ज्यादा forest ही नहीं है तो fire कहाँ से होगी ज्यादा?
and fauna. The factors that lead to the depletion of our flora and fauna are actually responsible for a decrease in India's biodiversity.
So these are the proper main points we can say responsible for this deforestation. Yeah, decreasing this fauna as well as flora, hunting, poaching, habitat destruction, deforestation, overexploitation, fire, environmental pollution, etc.
The environmental factors that lead to a decline in biodiversity are caused by inequitable consumption of resources and inequitable responsibility borne for the well-being of the environment. For example, on an average, an American consumes 40 times more resources than a Somalian.
Why it's so?
Similarly,
Why it's so? Why
the
America?
richest 5%
Why America consume
Indians
more as compared to Somalia? Anyone? Coming back to you. Time is almost it's all done. Time is done. हो गया है. Yeah, coming back to you. Why it is so?
Larger population.